Welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports, and today I've got Isaac with me.
Yep.
And Isaac is addressing his touch points. He came to me initially for some saddle recommendations, and now we're working on his feet. So hopefully your handlebar and stem is all squared away, right?
It is.
All right, good. Okay, so today we're going to do a try-on of two lake cycling shoes, a 239 and a 302. There are some videos that supplement this as an unboxing. So initially, when we did the shoe fitting, I didn't have my good readers on, and when I took some measurements, I was like, oh, this doesn't make sense. You're a 46, but yeah, I put my foot on his foot trace, and I was like, but your foot is so much bigger. Anyway, then when I got my good readers on, I realized, oh, we're off by 10 mil. All right, so minor, but what it did was it pushed us from a 46 to a 47. And I will go through the measurements here in a second, but the length of his foot is 297. The shoe is from 296.5 to 300. And the 239 that is in your hand now, the standard width is 108, but the wide is a 120. So I took the liberty of ordering another shoe for you just because of that. So let's take a look at this 239. And you're coming off of a Scott shoe. Mm-hmm. And one thing that's important to mention here for all you folks is just like bike sizing, we don't worry about what the bike is called. We worry about what the actual geometry chart says it measures. So there you go, 239. And the 239 is an upgrade from the 238. And one of the things we talked about was the integrated tongue.
Yes.
So maybe you'll like this instead of the tongue slipping to the side,
Mm-hmm.
like you were saying. So yeah, go ahead and give those a try. And I remember you had some orthotics, or at least some aftermarket soles. I would suggest just trying them on without.
Yeah, that's why I brought them, just to throw them in there.
Yeah.
They might be too thick, but
Yeah, yep.
we'll see.
Yeah. And according to your, yeah, so it looks like your left foot is the bigger foot of 113. Is that the one that has a little bony protrusion, as they say?
No, they both have them.
Okay.
Feels like there's definitely some room in there. My foot fits. Like we might have enough room to get some good insoles in there.
Right, because the measurement is 120 millimeters wide. My biggest concern is we can get you the width, but now what's the heel going to feel like?
Yeah.
So that's what sometimes with getting too much width, then you end up with heel slippage. And so we want to avoid that. Okay, so first impression?
They feel a little big. Little, the heel, I don't know, it's hard to say. Hard to say without getting on the bike. The heel feels a little, like there's a little slippage.
Okay.
But they're not bad. They're comfortable.
Yeah.
It feels like there's a little extra room in there.
And I didn't notice what's in there now. Stock insoles?
Probably.
So try your orthotics and see if it takes up a little bit of that shoe volume.
Yeah, because that's super thin.
It is super thin, yeah. You said you feel like you have heel slippage?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little. Okay, all right. So let's see what this does.
Those fit nice.
Yeah.
No trimming needed.
Good. Now, yeah, the Scots were 46, and they were a standard width because I guess they didn't have a wide version.
Yeah, that was just standard off the
peg, as they call it.
Off the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely took up some room.
Yep. Did it take up too much room?
I don't know. Definitely some heel slip going on there.
Yeah.
And that's already pretty
Cinch
you know.
down.
cinched down.
Yeah. The thing is, you literally fell like right in between sizes.
Yeah.
108 was the standard width, 120 was the next width.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say, yeah, standard width and then wide was 120.
Yeah, I mean the insole feels good, but I think it takes up too much. Like it lifts the foot a little too much. Like this is not wouldn't be a typical cycling shoe. Like I run it on my mountain bike shoes,
Yep.
but those are enduro shoes. They're more like typical Vans. I don't have a problem with
Because
those.
you do flat pedals with spikes on them.
I'm clipped in, but it's it's
Yeah.
not an XC shoe. It's a more heavy duty enduro-ish downhill
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
shoe.
Yeah. Okay, so before, just as a, because the thing is, first impressions are most important. Once you have them on for a little while, your brain starts to want to get used to things. So what I did was I ordered you, so what you're wearing now is the competition last. I ordered you a shoe in the race last. And there are some reasons why I did that. It's funny that, totally unscripted, you said you have some heel slippage. So put your finger in the heel cup there and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
There's some nubbies, right?
Yep.
It is the race last, so it's going to reduce the volume up front, and it's going to have a tighter heel in general. It's just a different last altogether. This one is a wide, and this one is a 113.8. So remember that your widest foot was 113, your other foot was 110, all within the margin of error. So let's give these a try. So two different lasts, same size as in 47, but their wide definition is different between the two. No integrated tongue, so you'll still have that to deal with.
Definitely, yeah, gonna be less
Less
heel slippage.
less heel slippage. And the volume,
Six,
at least side to side, because that was the most important thing that you had in the other shoe, right?
definitely less. Not a lot less, but there's less volume, less side to side movement.
Yeah. Constrictive?
No, not uncomfortable.
Good, good.
Not uncomfortable at all.
So for the viewers, just to catch you up again, the shoe on the rider's right foot is a 302, and the shoe on the left foot is a 239. So now you have one on each foot. You can compare and contrast.
Wish I was able to ride around on them.
Oh, I wish so too. I wish so too.
Because this one feels more comfortable.
Yes.
But the heel slippage is obviously a concern.
Is a concern.
This one isn't uncomfortable. It's definitely comfortable.
Yes. And when you say this one, you're pointing to...
Yeah, the race fit.
Yep, the race last. Yep.
Race last, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, sir.
Explain to me the difference in material.
One is going to be leather, and then so your right foot is in the Clarino microfiber, so it's not leather. It's got plenty of ventilation, and I was concerned about the bony protrusion on the sides of your foot, so I was trying to get you at some relief points there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can zoom in for our viewers. This has some relief points, and I was hoping that that might help a little bit with giving you a flexible area as opposed to a rigid area. The materials, basically one of the things, and might not have ever talked about it because it's not been an issue between you and I, but there are riders that are vegan, and so they don't want to use animal hides, kangaroo and cattle hide, right? So Lake does provide a Clarino microfiber. Additionally, the selling point for the shoe on the right, the 302 on your right foot, that is considered their lightweight climbing shoe. So if you get hot foot when you're out riding, those kinds of situations, it's a lot more ventilated, and it's just a different material makeup altogether.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a tough call.
It is a tough call when you've got, two viable options. If one was terrible, then it'd be easy to rule it out.
Neither is terrible.
Yeah, I know. They're both within. Okay, one thing we didn't talk about yet. Lengthwise, how do they fit?
Lengthwise, they are definitely long enough.
Long enough.
Yes.
Not too long.
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I mean,
because we do have a 46.5 as a fallback. If you think we need to downsize, if you think that we downsize the length and we get a little bit more, I'm doing this with my hand, people, you get a little bit more secure fit throughout the length of the foot. Because the measurements would be just slightly less. I mean, I think per size they go up 1 to 3 mil in width, something like that.
I think I would like to try that.
Going down to a 46.5.
I like this one. I like how this feels.
Okay.
It just feels slightly too long, and I know I've never really paid attention on the bike. I'm assuming your feet swell like when you're running.
Yeah,
to
a little
certain
bit.
extent.
The biggest reason people's feet swell is they cinch their shoes too tight.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then by the time they go to release them, it's already too late. The swelling has already happened.
I like this one. This one feels really good.
Okay.
I just want to be just a little less.
All right, so let's pause for a sec. All right, so currently you're in this 47 shoe. Drag it across here. These are the two width options that are available to you in that 239. So you tried on the 120. If we move to a 46.5, then it drops to 119. Now, it's 1 millimeter. Who knows how much of a difference that will make? But you believe you have room, maybe too much room, and you think maybe that 46.5 might work.
So it'll drop the width a little bit, right? The max is the 296. We're in the minimum 296 now.
Yep.
And then it'll drop the
so that's length, and then
a
this
millimeter?
is width. This is width, this column.
Okay.
That's length over there.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So it drops it 1 mil here. And just for comparison's sake, so that was 119. You tried on a 113.8 in the race last.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you tried on. So in other words, you tried on these two, and then you'd go to this one, because it seems like you like the 239 better, which is this column for my viewers. This is the 239. These two columns is the 302. All right, just to rule it out, we're going to try on both of the 302 instead of one on each foot, or a different shoe in each foot. Now we're doing both the same. Which, by the way, have you done both the same on the 239s? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I did right before.
Okay, yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm
Before
pretty sure.
Yes.
We'll try it again just to.
Yeah.
These feel just a little snug.
Snug.
Across the toes here, like across the middle of the foot, like the widest, coming off the widest.
Yep.
Like right here, like the, I don't know.
Okay. I'm curious how the arch support is on this shoe, by the way.
These feel pretty good, but not as dialed into my foot as those.
Excellent. I'm glad that you can tell differences between the shoes. That's
Is that what I should be feeling? At
You
least
sh-
according to the.
um yeah, I can't remember which one has a higher arch, but once again, if the shoe is too long, then the arch support is in the wrong place, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we could do is we can send back the 302s and then order the 46.5s. And then you'll have the 46.5s and the 47s to try side by side. For some people, wider is better, but at some point, what is that theory? Point of diminishing returns, right? At some point, it's just too big. But you're getting into these longer and longer rides. You know, that 170 miler that you want to do with 12,000 feet. So, you know, at some point, a little bit of extra width is necessary. But we don't want to go too much. So
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. These feel good. I feel like they just need to just.
Just a little bit.
I mean, that's why we're here, right? That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
we take measurements to get that right
Yeah,
fit.
proportionally, this shoe just needs to get a little smaller in
Just
every
needs to
proportion.
Just needs to slim down a little bit.
In the length, in the width. Yeah,
Just a tiny bit.
yeah. Okay, all right. Well, thank you, viewers, for watching. I appreciate your time and your attention. I also appreciate Isaac very much for going through this shoe try-on process. And sometimes it's like this. It's hit and miss, or hit or miss. So just a summary. The shoe is just a little bit big. So we're going to try to slim it down a little bit. We're going to order the 46.5, get the width a little bit smaller, and then get the length a little bit smaller. And then also that'll move the arch support to a different location as well. So that'll be interesting. So we'll keep the 47s to try to compare and contrast with the 46.5. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.